So yeah, I can't play DayZ in full screen mode without it making a really dark recording on shadow play. And there used to be a trick to fixing this, but that no longer works. So I have to play it in windowed mode. And I can't play it in windowed borderless mode because it doesn't exist. Yay for DayZ! Yay! So yeah, I don't know why I'm making a rant video. I just saw it got updated today, so I thought I would go on it to see what's going on. So apparently nothing again. 4 years in development. Oh, it's not 4 years though, is it? It is sort of though. If you count 2013 to 2012, I'm going by the numbers, not the months. Look at this zombie pathfinding. You're right there, mate. Do you want to eat my flesh? No? Not bothered? But it's experimental version, Duck. You can't take the piss out of an experimental version. It's an experiment. This has been an entire experiment for fucking years now. Just stop being so butthurt and defensive about this game. They've fucking robbed everyone, and they've started blocking people who criticize them. I mean, I'm only making a rank video because I saw this pop up, and I thought I would have a go at it. I've seen other people like Syndicate and Silo making rant videos, so I'm jumping on the bandwagon. And I just feel it's needed now. Because what have they done? They've added potatoes and fucking meat cleavers over cars and zombies. There's no zombies. It's just a game that is just not knowing where it's going anymore. I mean, look at this idiot. What is he doing? Does no one remember what the mod was like? How fucking intense it was to see a zombie, to hear them, to get them triggered, for them to get aggroed on you. Oh, here we go. Well done. Start dabbing in the air. Oh, and he's hit me. Look at that fucking hitbox. Honest to God, mate. So anyway, yeah, now I'm bleeding. Now I'm probably going to die. I mean, the only reason I sort of like DayZ is because I met my girlfriend on the standalone. And I don't know, it did have a little bit of fun in it back in the day when it first started off. But I feel it's too far removed from the mod. You've made it too much of a survival sim and less of a zombie, you know, pick up and play game. There's no pick up and play ability in this. Unless you want to spend an hour gearing up to either only get shot by someone who does not want to communicate, because the only people who communicate are the people who are bound to communicate by R.I.P servers and the whitelisting rules, you won't get it. And you won't get that sort of tense feel, you know, because that's why I loved it. That's what I loved about it, was meeting someone new, them either being a hero skin, a neutral skin, or a bandit skin, and you communicating with them. You saying, oh, shall we try and help some people? Should we shoot some people? Then it turns out that they betray you, or you betray them, and that's what added it. That's what, for me, made DayZ so good, was that social aspect as well. I mean, and add in the fact that this game is just this game just doesn't know what it's doing. It's like bowling a fucking potato down a bowling alley. It just bounces all left and right, and then they try and justify and say, oh, well, the potato is round, it is going to hit the pins eventually. Oh, come on. It doesn't know where it's going, it doesn't know what it's trying to do. Where are the zombies? Where's the hook? Where's the desire for me to want to keep playing and not just to constantly do this every time I get in a bit of trouble? Or, I mean, there's no desire in it for me anymore. I don't want to play it. I don't enjoy playing it that much anymore. It is fun to shoot people, but so is fucking... There are other games where you can play that sort of type of play style. For example, battlegrounds. I mean, I'm honest to God waiting for the moment they add the ability to mod that game, and then someone drops zombies in it, and it makes an enjoyable zombie apocalypse game, which I thought this was going to be. But it spent the first year and a half or whatever handling a shitty engine that was like a fucking Skoda engine from the 80s. It just couldn't fucking work. Then they made it a bit better, and I'll admit the engine was improved, the game frame rate picked up, and it was a lot more enjoyable. But, you know, that was a little bit too late, because then a lot of the people stopped playing, a lot of the people got bored, no one wanted to interact anymore because there was no sort of consequence system. And this as well, the fact that you have to spend hours on end running because bicycles aren't added yet. Oh, that's not that important yet. Is it not, though? I mean, adding farming and girls' dresses and hard hats and teddy bears and books. Is that really important right now? It's not though, is it? I mean, seriously. I wanted to love this game. I wanted it to be the game that everyone wanted it to be. I think it's just, for me, too far removed from the mod. I mean, there was always something that I used to like about the fact there was side chat, you know? I mean, someone would say, oh, there's bandits in the church of Cherno. And yeah, you can say, oh, but that's metagaming. That's providing information of players' whereabouts. That's mean. And some admins would tolerate it, some wouldn't. But then at the same time, it also gave you somewhere to go, something to do. The side chat gave the server and the game like some sort of alive feel. And I know that's a bit of a bizarre thing to say in a zombie apocalypse game, but you just can't have it so flat like this. You need that sort of player interaction. I mean, it's good to have the realism, to have, you know, the immersion, but you've got to ask yourself, at what point of removing all these things and adding these unessential elements do you sort of strip away the fun and make it a chore to play this game? And that's how I feel about it sometimes. It's too far removed for me now. I mean, I probably will play it every now and then, maybe if something drastic gets done, but I honestly think it's had its time. It's had its run. It hit its peak, and now it's sinking back down below the depths of, I don't know, baby faceness. I mean, what the fuck is that? What's wrong with his face? I did always have a bit of fun in this game, though, I'm not going to lie. It's just... Oh, meat tenderizer. That's needed. That is needed right now. I would prefer that over a car. Or even a horde of zombies. Right, let's go and sell some prime beef. But yeah, you know. Now you can quote me on this or you can not quote me on this, but I think this game is eventually going to die. There'll still be the die-hard fans, the butthurt fans who will play this. And I may even play it from time to time. I do enjoy the roleplay servers. They are quite fun sometimes. But the game itself, honestly, it feels like taking a potato on a walk with a dog's lead. You're just dragging it and you don't want to do it anymore. You don't know why you're doing it, but you feel sorry for the potato somewhat. I mean, you bought the potato and, you know, you don't want to see the potato go to waste, so you leave it in your bag and it starts to get moldy, and then friends start complaining about it, so you join in. And then eventually the potato just gets thrown out and replaced with, I don't know, a more suitable vegetable or fruit, say a melon. A perfectly round, juicy melon that could be called, I don't know, battlegrounds. And you may say, oh, but that's not the same type of game. There's no zombies in it. How could that replace DayZ? Well, let's not all forget that DayZ Standalone was built off the inspiration of the DayZ mod, which was built in Arma 2, a military shooter. And now we have Battlegrounds, which is a very enjoyable shooter with a very solid engine. The gunplay is enjoyable. You can pick up weapons easier. There, from my experience, doesn't seem to be that many bugs in it. At least not as many that are in DayZ. And there are cars. And let's not forget that this was built by an Arma 2 modder. Or not an Arma 2 modder now, he's a game developer. So ask yourself, is it going to be moddable? When is DayZ going to be moddable? And PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is going to be moddable. They've even said it's going to be moddable. So add in some zombies, and you've got an enjoyable zombie survival game. Unlike this, which I just can't stomach anymore. It's just so annoying. But I honestly think that is what is going to happen. I think PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds will take over from this. It will take the torch and make something that we've always wanted. Because this is not what I've wanted anymore, running around with a fucking chem light. With no aim, no desire to play anymore. Hopefully it can be made into something that we actually wanted, or at least that I wanted, which was the mod. I wanted a more solid mod. I didn't want Survival Simulator 2017. Or 2013, shall we say. I didn't want Running Simulator 2013. I wanted a zombie survival game, and that just was not given. And still is not being given. But that's my view anyway, guys. If you've got a different view on it, let me know in the comments, because I'm sure I'll argue the toss with you. So if you do have any input on it, if you're butthurt about this and you're all annoyed about it, then, you know, argue your point. Let me know in the comments, because I can't find anything about this game that I want to play anymore. I can see that it's going to end up being overshadowed by Battlegrounds, and that's what I predict. Maybe you don't predict it, but that's what I think. I think that a game that is going to be accessible and moddable will kill this game, because it's already dead anyway. In my eyes, it's almost dead, unless they do something very, very, very drastic. And first off, stop fucking blocking people on Twitter who criticize their fucking game. But that's my views. If you've got any comments, guys, let me know below, and I will argue the toss with you if I get time. But thank you for watching.